All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. Let's get the show kicked off. All right, welcome back. This is Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 55. This is our Valentine's Day show. It'll be full of love and desire here for all things collecting. That's right, Dan. I like that. That's fantastic. And so we're going to be celebrating Valentine's Day, which is this coming Sunday. We also have our 20K giveaway. I'm really excited to be giving away that Gambit premium format from Sideshow Collectibles. Just an incredible piece, and I'm really glad to finally get that out of this house and get it to one of you guys out there. So I'm really excited. And then, of course, we'll talk about the latest in collecting news and also look at photos. And I have to apologize because we've done the auction show, which we didn't look at photos. And also, of course, we had the incredible Queen Studio show, which was so much fun, the Q&A show. And thanks, everybody, again, for tuning into that. And we didn't do pictures there either. So we have some backlog of photos that I think it'll be fun to talk about. Lots of new reveals this week from Tweeterhead and some other people this week. So lots to talk about tonight. But I do want to say hello to everybody, introduce everybody, and we'll start with the panel right here. So welcome, Mr. Eric B. Welcome back to the show, sir.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Hey, everybody. Hope everyone's doing good tonight.
Absolutely. We're good. Glad you're here. We also have with us, as always, Mr. Jeff Morris in the house.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're doing well. We also have from the Secret Sanctuary on YouTube, Mr. Jeff Delaney in the house.
Hey, everybody. Valentine's to all.
Happy Valentine's to you. My Valentine's is going to be attending baseball practice and basketball practice while my other son's in another town playing his basketball game. So, it'll be a lot of love that day. Yeah, that's right. Making his first appearance on the show. I'm so excited to have him here. You guys know him as Archangel in the chat. Of course, this is Mr. Justin Bradford in the house. Welcome, sir.
What's going on? Luckily, I got a whole week away from my wife to celebrate Valentine's Day. Her and Mac, they have a week-long ceremony that they do. I get the end of the week on Sunday is my one day. So I thought, what better to celebrate my Wednesday than to come on the show?
Well, that's awesome. And you notice that Mac is not here. Of course, he did not show up. So,
I know
if he
exactly
does,
where Mac is.
Who knows what's going to happen if Mac shows up here in the chat tonight. It'll be a lot of fun. So I did send Mac the link. So we'll see. I know he's really busy right now with his home build. So anyway,
home build.
Yeah, home build. It's new, his new display. So that'll be a lot of fun. But anyway, thank you again for coming on. I really appreciate it. And we've been working on that for a while. So that's awesome. So welcome to the show. And last but certainly not least, from Wayne Manor North, a man with a brown box behind him, I noticed. There is Mr. Dan Default. How are you doing, Dan?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, let's talk about the brown box, shall we?
Yeah, do you want to talk about the brown box?
Notice that it hasn't been opened yet.
So
shows strong commitment on my part.
I know. So the story about the brown box, I guess we could talk about it when then we'll introduce everybody in the chat and say hello. But Harley Hell on Wheels. So I got a shipping notification last Monday, which a lot of everybody did that was going to be getting it. I know Jeff Delaney got a shipping notice and Dan got one. Are any of the other guys getting that piece?
No, not me. No.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay. So a lot of people got their shipping notifications but they didn't convert to an actual tracking number. Or even if there was a tracking number, it just said that it wasn't picked up by UPS yet. I know a lot of people, including Jeff, I think, contacted Sideshow. I've contacted Sideshow. I don't know if Dan ever did. Did you ever contact them?
Never had cause to be honest with you.
Okay, well, good. So that's a good thing. Yeah.
It kind of went as usual, which was really surprising, Chris, because you and I, we got the same status on the same day. I remember distinctly that we both got the same notifications of, your payments pending, It's going to be shipping next week, getting ready to ship. We got the same status all along, except it seems our boxes went two directions.
And we were charged the same day. I mean, we've both been charged for our statue. And then within a couple of days, I know Jeff received his, which is good. It finally did convert. And of course, Dan, you can see Dan got his. I think you got yours yesterday, right? Or today?
No, today. I got it today. Yep.
And so I contacted Sideshow last week, and again, their customer service is always great. And they said, there's an issue with, possibly with UPS being backlogged with the, COVID and the holidays and everything else. I'm like, okay. So then I contacted them again. They said that at the latest, I should have it convert this last weekend. I was in Florida. I was kind of worried about it because I didn't know if I'd be home to receive it, that sort of thing. And so I contacted Sideshow again yesterday, and they said that we don't really know. There's an issue, and we're gonna have to file a claim with UPS, which I'm like, oh my God, that is awful. And they said that they would contact me, but as of right now, I still have not been contacted with an update, and I don't have a conversion. And I know I'm not the only one that has this issue where, we ordered it, we've been charged for it, and now they don't know where our statues are. So what do you think's going on there? Do you think, there's just a UPS issue, or do you think it's a Sideshow issue?
I think it's a UPS issue because generally if I get charged on Monday, I get the statue on Tuesday, and I didn't. And so on Thursday, I contacted Sideshow via the chat feature and asked them what was up. And they said, we absolutely ship it Monday. And they said sometimes they take them in pallets and not each individual statue gets scanned. And all of this sounded, I was in the situation like you where I wasn't quite sure if I was being told the truth or not. But when the tracking finally kicked in Friday, it did show from UPS's end that they had received it on Monday, just as Sideshow had said. So I think it is a UPS issue. In my case, luckily, it only delayed it 3 or 4 days, but it's happening longer for you.
Yeah, and we've been talking back and forth with Eric. Eric had a similar situation. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your issue with Mr. Freeze?
Yeah. So like I was saying earlier, unless Sideshow is lying to you, the fact that they said they're going to call UPS and file a claim means they sent it out. So same thing happened with my Mr. Freeze premium format. It was preparing to ship for the longest time. It was supposed to ship out. I think maybe 3 or 4 days went by, and then finally I hit them up in the chat, and I was like, what's going on with the statue? It's saying like process for like whatever it was saying for 4 days. And they said the same thing to me. We're going to, they were like, we shipped it out. I guess we're going to have to file a claim with UPS now. So they said they filed a claim. And then literally the next day, it all of a sudden showed up in UPS's system, and it was already halfway to my house. So if I didn't, get in contact with them, it probably would have just arrived to my house without me even realizing it was on the way. So hopefully it's the same thing for you. It's on the way.
Yeah, I'm very optimistic. I think it's out there somewhere. It's just frustrating, as a collector, especially like as a YouTube channel, Jeff was one of the first guys out there with a review, which I'm so happy for him. But it's like, there's frustration there. It's like, we want to get that out. We want to get those reviews out. And even if you're not a reviewer, you're excited to get your statue in, you're really excited to get that. And if you think you're going to get it on a Thursday last week and you still don't have a clue when you're going to get it, it is frustrating. But I do agree with you guys. I don't think it is a Sideshow issue. I think it is absolutely a UPS issue, and hopefully they can get that figured out. There's been just a lot of shipping chaos right now. We've talked about it on the channel with the shipping containers and the prices going up. It is a big concern. I was just talking with a statue company tonight about the incredible amount of increase those containers are costing the companies, which they're not used to having to pay. And so it is an issue. And again, I have to say it for myself. We have to once again just be patient, and it'll work itself out. And if not, Sideshow will either refund us or they'll send us another statue. Would be my guess. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of bring that up because it's just been on my mind this week. But congratulations to both of you to have received it. Of course, I did give Dan a hard time and say he can't open it until we do a double live unboxing. So no pressure, Dan. No pressure. No, seriously. He can unbox it anytime he wants and check it out because she's beautiful. I would not want to wait. Jeff, what do you think about her? Are you smitten?
Oh, I'm very smitten. I do have a separate problem with Sideshow concerning that statue, though. Like most people, my exclusive portrait has wonky eyes. And so I did the usual contact Sideshow through their website, Delio. And they got back to me today. And the response, I literally laughed when I read it. They basically said, if you look at the statue from its intended angle, the eyes do align.
And so
I realized that there was a preordained angle to the statue, and that I had to look at it a certain way to get the full effect.
And you have to shut your lights all the way down too.
Yeah, turn your lights off to black. Yeah,
I had to do the same thing on my prom date. It was always you had to look at her just at the right angle.
Right angle.
You're like, sister, back up. Come on.
Yeah, dim the lights just a little bit, and go back in the back corner.
Back on.
So did that work? Did that work? If you look at her just from that perfect angle, is she less wonky?
Maybe less wonky, but I prefer to have the option of looking at my statues from any angle I choose.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be devising a response to that email.
Doesn't it work?
I would imagine.
Yeah.
With Harley Quinn, she's already goofy. So the whole wonky eyes, it's just another layer of that character that you get.
Yeah, right.
Did they tell you? Did they tell you what the appropriate angle to look at it was?
No, that will probably
just when you can only see one eye, that's the appropriate angle.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Like this, yeah.
I've had TV sets like that.
How does that happen in this day and age with wonky eyes? Like, how does that get past the factory? How does that get past inspection? How does that happen?
And why is it only Sideshow?
Well,
I don't hear about wonky eyes from other companies.
They did the same thing with the previous premium format for Harley. You have, Chris, you have it too, right? You have the Jester Mask one. It's a little bit wonky also.
So weird. I just don't understand. Unless all the people painting are cross-eyed, that could be a problem. Maybe.
But it's not paint. It's a frickin' decal.
Yeah, that's
what was the other recent one? The Emma Frost.
Oh yeah.
Her eyes were like
it was bad. It's like the original Rogue. That was the worst one ever. That Rogue. Oh my god, it's so bad.
Different zip code.
So bad.
Yeah. See, I got that one. I got Emma Frost late, so I didn't have any issue with my eyes. I'm hoping that because I got it late, they had kind of made the adjustment.
Yeah.
Yes, that has paid off a lot. If you are very slow to order some of these things, sometimes they've improved. I mean, let's be honest. Like 90% are perfect. Like they come out just fine. But there is that occasional statue, and I'm assuming it's based on whatever factory it came out of, because there have been bad factories, where just repeated bad quality comes out of them. But again, everybody's fighting for these same factories, so. I'm not surprised that these issues do arrive every once in a while because everybody's just fighting for that space constantly. So interesting. So anyway, that's my little chat, my little rant about my statue not coming in. But again, I know that there are a lot of you out there that are waiting for her as well. Be patient. Hopefully Sideshow will take care of us, no problem. And we'll be able to convince Dan to do that double live unboxing. So no pressure in the chat. Of course, anyway, speaking of the chat, let me say hello to everybody real quick. We've got Emperor Zergi in the house. Hello. We've got Hudson in the house. Hey, Hudson. Edwin Diaz is in the house. What's up to you? Oh, we've got a new member here, Zach Grimes. Thank you very much. Became a YouTube member. Thank you for joining the Brotherhood of the Bat. We have a whole bunch of new members lately and a brand new Bat Box tier, which I'm really excited about. So again, thank you to the members that have already signed up for that. And just thank you very much, Zach, for being a new member. That's awesome. We got Nathan in the house. We got that Archangel guy again. There he is.
You should just ban him.
Yeah, I should just right click in here. We've got Rick Cruz. Good evening, Bat family. Hope everyone's staying warm. We're trying our best. It's been a cold week. We got Hugo Cardoso. The Bat Cave is full. Let's get this party started. Absolutely. Ryan's in the house. Hello. Excited to talk statues since the Rogues had the auction last time. It seems like it's been a while. Yeah, it does. It feels like it's been a while to get back into statue business here. But man, that auction was so much fun. I can't wait to do some more of those. That was a lot of fun. Let's see. We've got Matt T in the house, another Brotherhood of the Bat member. Hey, everyone. Hope all is doing well. Thank you for being here, Matt. We're doing great.
Matt just got his put some nice pics in the Facebook group of his new Harley.
Yeah.
Really good. Yep.
I might have stolen those. I'm not sure which ones I picked for photos tonight, but yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to everybody that's been getting it. Punisher XS says, yo. Hello to you. We've got Angela Smith. Hey, Angela. Thank you for being here. Elijah Mack is in the house.
Hey, Chris. I'm sorry to interrupt the roll call, but Matt T is saying we've never had a Rogues Gallery live unboxing before. Just saying.
We never have. Okay. Well,
especially not one done shirtless.
I think you should at least open it and look at the portrait.
No, we haven't had any shirtless yet. That's right. Well, what do you think?
No, just teasing.
I mean, you could. If you wanted to.
Namaste. I can practice. No.
Okay.
Hey, look, you held off on Bermejo Joker.
I did.
That's true.
I can hold off on Harley.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I forgot about Bermejo. Man, that was a long.
Yeah, you went like Thursday to Monday.
Yeah.
It was a long.
That's unheard of for me. Did I sneak a peek on that one though?
I think so.
I think I did. I probably looked at the head sculpt or something. I couldn't handle it, but.
So that's only fair for Dan. He should be able to see if his head sculpt is wonky looking.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you could
Eric.
Yeah, you could wonky if you want to. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
Eric, I like the way you think.
I like it too. A&J Collectibles is here in the house. Hey, A&J, thank you for being here. We've also got Tin Man. Love is in the air. Absolutely, it is. Thornton Applebottom is here. We've got Brotherhood member Sir Double Ches. What's going on with you, sir? Another Brotherhood member, Brad, is here. This is the part where they say everybody's name. Yes, it is. I have to welcome everybody. Got Troll Patrol. We got Gabriel Gutierrez. Hopefully, I said that name right.
Every 1970s children's show used to do this roll call thing. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, that's right. Roll call.
That's right. Rocker room with the magic mirror.
Yeah. That's right. I love it. Brotherhood member Bat Beast is here. How's it going to you, sir? We've got Tay Park in the house. Let's see. Benji is here. Hello to you. We've got Willie Neblet Jr. Let's see. Oh, we got another new member, Captain Trenchcoat. Thank you. I love it. Thank you very much. Thank you for becoming a member tonight. That's awesome. Thank you. Again, members have early access to our videos and some other perks. So hit that join button if you're interested. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Astronomer's World is here. We've got, again, Matt T says, Dan, I see the box there. How do you like Harley? I know he's going to like it real well as he's waiting patiently. Yeah. He's in the corner like shaking, like I gotta open this box.
And the Jonesin.
Jay Conservative 76, hello to you. Greg Folks is in the house. What's up, everybody? Hello to you, Greg. Bats in the Belfry is here. We've got Jonathan here. Joseph R is here. Let's see. My Hell on Wheels got delayed till the end of March.
Oh.
See, I have heard that too. Like some people did get that notification.
Wow. Holy shit.
So I don't know what the deal is.
Whoa.
It does show low stock remaining.
Oh, that's scary.
It does. It's weird. I mean, it's as a pre-order. That doesn't happen very often.
No, it does not. Dark Ranger 7, another member. Hey, Chris, Rogues, and a BSC fam. Nice to meet you, Ark. Spread the love, people. That's right. We're spreading the love tonight, spreading it all over the place. Tin Man, I can't remember if I said hello to you, but thank you. He's getting that modern Batman blue. Yeah, you're going to love it. And I know Jeff loves his.
Yep.
JC Chan says, I'm here for Chris's announcement of getting into the XM Samurai line. Yeah, somebody, I don't know if it was JC Chan or not, but they said they predict that I would announce tonight on the show that I'm going all in on the Samurai line. For everybody that got or watched that Penguin review today, I am blown away by it. I get it now. I don't always feel like XM Studios always translate as well into photos, at least sometimes. I don't know why. I felt like sometimes in the past, I don't feel like the paint was been as good and all this stuff, but all that is wrong. The quality there, the craftsmanship, the level of detail on that Penguin piece is something I've never really seen before. It's just outstanding. It is massive though. Like it is just a massive, massive statue and will take up real estate in that collection. But if I could go all in, I would. I'm probably realistically more excited about the new 1/4 scale pieces that they're doing, just because I have more of that connection. But I love that line, and I wish I had the room to collect it. And again, congratulations, like Dan, that has a number of pieces. Do you have any of those pieces, Ark?
I do not. I'm quickly running out of space, and I don't like to let go of any of my pieces. I've yet to sell a piece since I've started collecting.
Wow.
I don't know if it's more so that I would hate to let that piece go because I might regret it, or I'm afraid that I will send it to someone that, it either gets broken in shipping or, they say, oh yeah, I've seen all the pictures, I'm cool with everything. And then they get it in hand and then they nitpick everything and be like, you will give me a lower price. So I'm always afraid of that interaction. Because it seems like everybody you deal with on eBay or that's selling a piece, they're not a part of this world as far as on the shows or in the chat rooms or in groups.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always someone that's like, they live under someone's bed at night. So,
yeah, that's exactly right.
Wrong. I mean, sometimes you got to sleep there.
Well, I'm impressed that you've never sold a piece. I mean, you have an incredible collection back there. So many great pieces, and that's incredible. You've never sold one, but again, it always comes down to the space. Every time. Jedi Joker's in the house. Hello to you. You got Punisher XS, just as good as the prototype on Harley. Absolutely. Let's see. We got Ashley in the house. Ashley, you said you couldn't make it tonight. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Orchid Voodoo is here. I'm getting the Sideshow shipment via FedEx. Oh,
wow.
Well, that's
I've never heard
interesting.
that.
That's interesting. Oh, A&J's Collectibles just came a member too. So thank you very much. We just said hello to you a minute ago. So thank you for becoming a member. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Okay. Let's see. Southern Comic Geek is here. Hello, another member. Ryan says the SC Sideshow excuse sounds like customer service BS. Well, I hope not. I hope it. Hopefully they're telling the truth. Let's see if I've missed anybody here. There's a Chibi Spawns. Finally caught a live show. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Oh, Eric is trying to get Dan to unbox there.
Unbox it now.
Carol Baskin's husband says finally caught a live stream. Well, I'm so happy that you're alive, dude. Like that is fantastic. Does the world know that you've been found? That is great. That is great. Sean Pace is here. Pieces like this Harley make me want to see it in person to be safe. Jeff, does he need to see it in person, or is he good to go?
Everybody should see it in person. But yes, you should order it and take a risk. What the heck? But you're probably going to get wonky eyes on the exporter.
Fingers crossed you get the wonky ones. That's fantastic. M. Staybrook here. Hey, how's it going to you? Always comments on every video on YouTube. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. We got Super Miguel Unboxed. How are you today? I like your fire there. Brian's here. Hello to you. I'm back, sucka. Nice to see you here as well. Josh B is here. Oh, we've got Jim Mint Collectibles. Shh. Everybody real quiet. Don't tell him about the penguin. Don't tell him. So yeah, if you watched the review, there was a very special FedEx guy that picked up those packages from Jim. So again, Jim, thanks again for doing that with me. That was so much fun, and so many people absolutely loved that. So I really appreciate that very, very much. And thanks for being here tonight. Romper Room, that's what it was. The Romper Room. That's it. Let's see. Troll Patrol saying hello to Jim.
I'm not usually a fan of skits, but Chris, you did a good job. That was some good acting.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Trying to do something fun and different, keep that kind of that gag going on. So that was a lot of fun. Of course, it started with DT Tube, and then went to Jim, and then it went to me, and now it's hopefully on its way back to where it came from. That was just so much fun. There's legend in the chat. I love it. Corvette Kids is here. Hello. Thank you very much. Love that penguin. Absolutely. Danny Dodd, how's it going? Doing okay. Let me see if I'm caught up here and missed anybody. Chibi says Wonky Eyes is the real exclusive. And yes, that FedEx guy looked very suspicious. So if you ever see a FedEx guy with that accent, don't give him your boxes. And Jim says Jim makes a shiftier courier guy. Yeah, it's a Jed or Jim. It's Jim and Jem, I think. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. So anyway, let's see. I think I've said hello to everybody. And again, tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about Valentine's Day. We're going to be talking a little bit about statues, and also announcing our winner tonight, which I'm really excited. I think. I
thought that's why I came on. I thought I was the winner.
Oh, well, we haven't announced it yet. I don't know. We're going to find out tonight. It might be you. It might be me. I don't know. Maybe I won my own statue. That'd be something. What are the odds of that, I wonder? But anyway, let's talk a little bit about our love of statues. So we're going to kind of do the Valentine's Day theme here. And not just love of statues, but love of collecting. So I kind of just wanted to kind of go around tonight and talk about, what do we love? What is our passion the most in this hobby? Like, what aspect of collecting do we love the most? And maybe that has changed for you over the years too. Maybe it started out as something very different, and now it's completely changed today. But let's go around and talk a little bit about what we love about this hobby. Does anybody want to start?
Cricket.
Dan?
I'll start if no one does.
BSC should start.
What, Dan?
I said I think the BSC should start us off.
Okay. Well, for me, it was one of those things where I love the idea of collecting these things that I never really thought I'd be able to collect. Seeing those from afar whenever I used to collect, $100 item, and then to slowly build up to these incredible statues. I felt like that was probably what was going to be the thing that I loved most about this hobby. But it really turns out that I love this community. Like it's the community that's made it so amazing for me. All of the friends we've made here, all the friends we made in the chat and on the YouTube channel and in the Facebook groups, on Instagram and TikTok. By the way, my TikTok video got 1 million views now, which is crazy.
Unbelievable.
1 million views. But I just think it's the interaction, it's the community, it's the positivity that we've all created together. That I just absolutely love. That is, I think, my favorite part of all of this is just all the friends we've made and connecting with like-minded people. Because again, we've talked before about this hobby can be kind of lonely because not everybody understands what we do. Not only just our YouTube people, but also just collectors in general don't always understand. Like, they see our collection like, this is really weird. When you walk into a Batman room, when I had our plumber out here and he had to get in the Batcave the other day, and he's like, wow. I said, I bet you've never seen anything quite like this. He's like, nope, I sure haven't.
You should lock the door behind him. Like,
yeah. Yeah. But I think that's my favorite love and passion is just the community. But how about the rest of you guys?
I guess for me, it's so I've always had hobbies growing up. I grew up as an artist, so I always love the art first. And, probably my previous hobby was more into comic books, but like, I think I've mentioned this before, like with comic books, it's all 2-dimensional. So with statues, there's like so many different aspects to statue collecting as far as like the art goes. There's from the start process of the 2D, renders, or whether it's on paper, the whole sculpting, there's painting, there's just so many different versions of art under one category. That it, like I said, it's probably one of my favorite things out of any hobby I've collected over the last, 20, 30, however many years it's been. And then again, the community, the community is great. And yeah, I guess that's it. I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Well, no problem. We can always come back to you if you
swing back.
if you wanted to say something, but well said. How about the rest of you guys?
I'll go. Or Dan go. Dan go. I go. You go.
After you, Arch.
Let's go together.
Sure.
Let me try this. We'll do this, and then we'll do this. We'll do this. We'll do this. We'll do this.
We'll say every other word. Well, so with mine, I actually, of course, I grew up watching all the cartoons and stuff. I was big into that. I wasn't big into comics until I started collecting statues. So I would kind of get a piece that I thought was really cool. I mean, obviously, my main focus is my X-Men side because I grew up, watching the cartoon and the movies that came out. But it started where I would see the statues and think that was really cool. I got to have that. But then I'd get a character that I thought looked really cool that I didn't know that much about and decided to get into the comic game. So then I would read the comics and then I would be like, oh, this character is so awesome. I got to have more. I'll even say my Storm statue, I got it because I didn't have a Storm in my collection. I've got the original Sideshow Storm that's in the black suit. I wanted the XM one because it looks more like the 90s cartoon. But then I started getting the omnibuses, the Uncanny X-Men. And as I'm reading them more and more, I mean, that's how Storm looks, the OG Storm. So I saw that, and Storm, she ultimately becomes the leader of the X-Men at one point, and she's so fearless and controlling, and they didn't do her justice in any of the movies. So then it got where I was just even more excited that I had that version of Storm. That even if it was up to getting that version of Storm, or let's say the XM version of Storm to look more like the 90s, I would still pick my version because that's kind of what I'm reading and that's what I've fallen for. Now, if they make a Savage Land Storm, I don't know if any of y'all have read X-Men where she goes Savage Lands. Her outfit gets a little skimpier if it's possible. That might be another version I would get. I would put it maybe in my closet version man cave so that my kids couldn't see it. But for me, it was, the statues came first, and then the love for the comics came, and then I, kind of backfill love for the statues and the hobby. But with me, mine got almost borderline obsession. Like I've always had a hobby before collecting. It was playing guitars, and then before playing guitars, it was having a saltwater tank. So I've tried to always have something. I will say that my statue collecting has been my longest hobby where I haven't lost interest in. And it could possibly be because of the people in this hobby. And it's kind of like Chris was saying, how you feel so alone because there's not really any comic shops near me. There's nobody that I know of and from where I'm from that collects. So you can't really talk to anybody about it without them, being like, stay away. So I started out just watching the replays of people's shows. And then I just happened to catch live shows and got more and more and more. And then once people realized I wasn't trolling them, that's just how I am, it got more and more fun. And then I got into the Facebook groups and stuff like that. So it's a very unique hobby. I'll say that.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. Well, thank you for sharing that. Where are you located?
I can't tell you.
Oh, not even like what part of the country? Like, are you in back east or?
No, I'm in Alabama.
Okay, very nice. So yeah, we share that same, like, no comic book stuff near us and no real collectors like that around us. So that's very cool. How about the rest of you guys? What do you think?
I grew up reading comic books and evolved into, seeing the movies, and grew up watching the cartoons, and then, stuff that you could collect just got cooler. So it just kind of progressed from like action figures you could get at Walmart to Hot Toys to statues to big ass statues, more big ass statues.
We're definitely in the big ass statue category now.
Yeah, we're full hog.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up like you guys. I mean, grew up watching the cartoons. I think I didn't get into statue collecting until probably my early 30s. So it was kind of as an adult, and I really kind of bumped into it through going to Comic Cons. My wife and I share a love of pop culture, and we decided on a whim many years ago to go to a local Comic Con. Absolutely loved it, and just found ourselves looking for the bigger and bigger and bigger Comic Cons, and gone cross country out Jeff's way to San Diego and WonderCon and Anaheim and Emerald City and you name it. And it was kind of through those environments that we found other ways to interact with the kind of the storytelling that I grew up loving. As much as I liked comic books as a kid, funny enough, my favorite comic book was Spider-Man, not Batman. Love the comics, but I loved the Saturday morning cartoons more. I loved Super Friends was one. I loved Scooby-Doo cartoons, particularly when he was with Batman and those kinds of things. So the fact that kind of my love of these things and interest and creativity and all that related to those kind of could evolve. And for me, the statues are more, especially the ones that I tend to collect for me, are more of an adult interpretation of those characters and those stories. To me is kind of cool. So it's a great outlet that way. It's a good creative outlet, I feel like, for me. And like you guys said, I love the community, and like-minded people, I think you said, Chris, which is really cool, and just get to share your love of these things. And it's just it's a really interesting aspect of my life. It's a fun place for me. So
do you think there's a fine line between sharing and showing off?
Yeah.
Like I don't ever want to appear that I'm showing off. Like even if I get a bunch of stuff in at once because my credit card limit has been raised, I'm excited every piece is coming in and want to share it with people because, like I said, I don't have anybody here. But some people that aren't buying anything or haven't got anything for a while, I don't want them to think, oh, he's just showing off, Mr. Moneybags over there, when it's really, pretty much the bank owns my collection. That's not me.
Yeah. But I do feel like there is a fine line there, but at the same time, like I hear all the time from collectors, and I'm sure, like Jeff, you probably do as well, that I would not have been able to experience this if it wasn't through you.
Mm-hmm.
And I do the same thing with other pieces or other collectibles. So I don't think it's necessarily showing off. I think it's just sharing your passion for what you love. To people that, again, are like-minded, that will understand. Because again, we can't have every piece out there, but we can experience it through photos or Instagram or, YouTube videos or whatever. And
Chris, the enabler, the factor isn't bad either.
Yeah, sure. We have a zero policy for a tolerance for enabling on the channel.
And the community really does make it a lot more fun. Like I can't think of many hobbies where I actually sit, on a computer and talk to people about my hobby.
Yep.
This is probably like one or two of them over the years.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just keeps that interest, going.
I think that it's just such a kind of a small, passionate fan base. Like I just got back from Disney last week, and that's another really super passionate group of people that, we were in one night, the kids were swimming and we were in the hot tub for about an hour, and we just, had other couples in the hot tub with us, and they were all DVC members and they all had the same kind of experience as we did. So it was neat to connect with them because, again, it's just that small group of passionate people. And this is exactly the same. And we're way smaller. I mean, we are a way smaller group. So we're almost kind of like an enabler / support system.
Oh, yeah.
For each other, because that's
hot tub together. I'm really excited about that.
Say that again.
If we're going to get the opportunity to all get in a hot tub together.
That's right.
Let's take the next level here.
I've got room for 4 adults in mine at home. So just come on over. We'll have a good time. I love it. But anyway, I think you're all making very valid points about the community, for sure. How about you, Jeff Delaney?
I was cursed with the collecting gene. So I started buying comics when I was about 5. Archie and Richie Rich, that sort of thing. And evolved into buying Marvel and DC. And in college, I kind of started getting interested in Silver Age and Golden Age comics. And so I still read new comics. I started buying up older stuff and got very involved with that whole community of vintage comics, which is a really, really good group of guys and women that are very interested in the entire history of comics. And then you got people looking for highest graded copies and all that kind of stuff. So I'm still involved in that community. And I had always appreciated Sideshow's booth at Comic-Con, but I kind of walked by it. I never really went in it. And then one year I saw the Sideshow Batgirl, the first one. And for some reason, I don't know why, I thought, I'm spending a ton of money on comics. I can afford one of these. And so I bought one. And of course, it turned out to be the first of many. I quickly, I ended up buying the original trilogy, or the original, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman from Sideshow. And yeah. And that was probably 4 or 5 years ago. And now I've got a room full of statues. So, but no, it really is, for me, it's kind of split between, yes, the community is awesome, but what's also awesome is when my family goes to bed at night and I'm in here by myself and there's all these awesome statues around me, and there's just, it's my man cave. It's, I don't know, I feel very much at home among all these people.
Yeah. I mean, it truly is a fortress of solitude. I mean, it really is this place where, it doesn't matter whether it's a room full of football memorabilia or whatever your collection might be. It's just you're surrounded by the things that you love. And that's a good feeling. I mean, that's a great feeling inside. And you mentioned the comic book community. So is there a big difference between that community and the statue community, or do you feel a big difference in how you feel about each one?
I joke that the first big difference between the two communities is that everybody in the statue world calls each other bro. Nobody in the comic world uses the word bro. I think that the statue world is a lot more active because there's new stuff coming out. There are no new vintage comics coming out. If your focus is Silver and Golden Age, you can only talk about what's already been. You can't talk about the future.
Yeah.
So, if you want to, I've told you before, if I do a YouTube video on a Golden Age or Silver Age comic, it gets 10% of the clicks of a statue video.
Yeah.
There's not a big YouTube community for vintage comic books. I wish there was. But the CGC message board is at least as active as, say, Statue Forum. There's a very good group of people on both forums, and those forums are very active and fun. Comics does some things better. I think comics is much better as far as collectors selling to each other and making use of the forum to do that. Statue collectors haven't really figured that out for some reason. And too many people are giving up their 10% to eBay when there should be a better organized way of creating commerce between collectors.
Yeah, I mean, like we have, the buy sell trade groups and stuff, but it's very random. It's very, unorganized, really. And so, yeah, it would be neat if there was something like that where it was just more efficient. That would be really great.
There's probably 50 people in the comics world that I can buy something from sight unseen with absolutely no concern that I'm going to be unsatisfied. I don't have that. I got that with you guys, probably in the statue world. Everyone else, I don't know them well enough to know if everything's going to work out okay.
The difference for me is like hanging out in the comic forums and groups. It was always like mostly about like, speculating what's going to be the next hottest book, how you're going to make money. It was a little bit maybe about the art. I feel like in the statue groups, people are more excited about the actual art and what's, being released.
I think that's true with moderns.
Yeah.
If you go into, say, the CGC boards and go into the Golden Age forum or the Silver Age forum, it's very much focused on the history.
Yeah, I used to hang out on a comic book junkie. So it was the blowout forums. We were like a smaller offset group from the CGC forums.
Yeah, no, the Golden Age guys are awesome. Every year in San Diego, we get together at this particular collector's house, about 15 of us, and we just geek out over the books that we purchased that year. We all bring the books we bought in the last year. And there are amazing books there. I can't tell you the address because somebody would definitely come in and rob us blind, because there are incredible books at this dinner every year. And it's just a really fun group of guys that I talk to online all year, but only see them once a year in San Diego.
So since we're on the love topic real quick, since Arch never has sold a statue, I'm curious what his oldest statue in his collection is, like as far as like maybe like, not like super small scale, but like a decent, maybe like quarter scale. What's the oldest piece you have?
Are you talking about the first piece that I bought, or are we talking about a piece that I bought that's old?
No, like, so it was like, what's one of your first pieces you bought? Because you say you never sold anything that you still have in your collection. That's like
the first, I would say, real piece that I got, and not to say that people that have smaller scale stuff isn't real. When I first started out, it was nothing but smaller scale stuff. Yeah. I originally started out with not pops. I'm not a pop collector, but I had the bobbleheads that looked like the actors from the movie. Mm-hmm. So I had, Man of Steel, Iron Man, Green Lantern, all those different ones, Thor, Loki, where I had built kind of a shelf to display them all. Had like four layers of them. And it was real easy to kind of get into that. That was my gateway, because they're pretty cheap for the most part. At least they were. And then I moved on to bust banks that were real cheap. I was like, well, everybody else got these bust in their collection and they're spending all this money. I would never spend that kind of money. I'm going to get these bust banks that still are the characters I love. And as long as you don't look at the back of them, you can't see their coin slot. And then that turned into Kotobukiya, getting Hulk versus Hulkbuster. A lot of the Justice League. I was excited to have Shazam in that Kotobukiya line. I think it was 1/10 possibly. That was a cool piece. Then I moved up to 1/6, the DC collectibles, getting a few of those. And then at work for, I think it was a Christmas bonus type thing, we got a big Amazon gift card. So I had that, and I was like, on Amazon, there's the modern age Sideshow Batman statue. I was like, I would never buy a statue if it was my money. Because the prices are just unreal. So I had the gift card. I convinced my wife. I was like, I can't afford not to. So the modern age Batman was my first quarter scale, I would say, real kind of aha moment. I got it in and I saw it and thought, okay, I kind of see what everybody's been looking at here.
Okay. And you still have that?
I still have it.
Nice.
It was one of my first. Then because I had it, I was like, well, I need a companion piece.
Of course.
I can't just have one, because I've always, for the most part, been about keeping that balance with my collection.
So you were showing that statue some love. Yeah, some love.
Value.
But it went. Then I was trying to pick between Joker and then, like Jeff was saying, that OG Sideshow Batgirl.
Yeah.
That was my two choices at that moment. And the more I looked at Batgirl, I was like, I would imagine that they're going to make Joker a repeat statue. I don't know how many times they're going to remake Batgirl. And it looks so good, so I got it. And then I was like, well, I've got two DC big statues. What about my Marvel side? I've got to get 3/4 scale pieces in.
To go with that one.
I fell down the rabbit hole pretty hard. And like I said, I've learned quickly that the more you max out a credit card, they just raise your limit. And it got addictive. It almost at one point, now, like I said, I haven't sold anything. I love every piece. Every piece that I go after is a piece that I do love. But I got in such the rhythm of, okay, I got this piece that I love. Next, what's the next piece that I'm hunting? Mm-hmm. And I would get that piece. Then it's what's the next piece? It's gotten to the point. Lots of love. It got to the point where really, I guess I would say recently, that my collection is kind of narrowing down to the end days, that I can sit and really enjoy the pieces. Because before, it's, I would unbox it, oh, that's awesome, and then move on. I wouldn't appreciate it as much as I should have.
So what happens in the next 5 years when there's 20 pieces that you absolutely love that you feel like are just, you have to have in your collection? At that point, do you think you'll let any of them go, or do you think you'll just not buy?
Nope. Next week, I'm canceling my Facebook. I'm leaving all your groups. I'm not watching it anymore.
You're gonna have to break some statue hearts.
No enabling policy here at the Batman Statue Collector channel. Absolutely, yeah.
So what I've done is all of my smaller scale stuff, it has creeped its way into my children's room. So I still don't get rid of it. I just relocate it, and I'm waiting to slowly creep stuff into the living room, possibly. I want to, when we have other adults come in the house, they'll be like, "Who's in charge here?"
So you're a hoarder. No, I'm just kidding.
I am. I'm a borderline hoarder. But
I think we all are in a little bit of respect, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it.
We try to get we try to get our stuff organized so it doesn't look like we're hoarders. But at the end of the day, we are enablers.org. So if you have a collecting problem out there, make sure you sign up here at enablers.org and they'll help you out for sure. So, but yeah, we kid, but yeah, it ends up being just this love and this passion, and we want it surrounded by us. We want it around us to feel something, that connection, like Dan said, to our childhood, to those Saturday morning cartoons. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you, if you feel like you're hoarding or you have too much stuff, I mean, that could eventually become a problem, especially if you are doing it outside of your means, which I know some collectors have that issue. But again, it always comes down to collect what you love. Collect what you love. Be smart. And I don't know what else to say. I mean, that's just kind of, again, we're just trying to show the love right here. And that's what it's all about. But anything else you guys want to say about your,
I want to know
your passion?
how often do you guys go in your man caves?
Every day. I mean, hours of every day for me.
For me, it really just depends on if I'm recording. There's some days where I don't come in this room at all, but I'm in here most days for at least an hour. If I'm doing a show like this, it's usually a couple. I've been in this room probably 3 hours today. But doing a channel, you're in here a lot more than you might be otherwise. But yeah.
It's a good question. For me, I'm lucky enough. This is actually my family room. My family allows me, my wife loves the statues as well. So does my kid. And I'm in here every day. I mean, there's times when almost every single time I'm watching TV and my eyes just drift off to the left or the right. And I'm just staring at the statues during commercials or whatever. So it's great to have that.
Yeah, our TV is in here. So it's the same for me.
So your families are also enablers, right?
Yeah.
That's
so my previous place I lived when I was collecting comics, it was in my office, which I wasn't in as much. So it was whenever I was in my office, I would see my comics like on the walls and stuff. So I'm lucky enough to finally, since we didn't have like an extra man cave room, this is my man cave family room.
Cool.
And I let my wife do her own thing. She has the dining room china cabinet with all the Disney statues and all that stuff. So it's you got to compromise.
Yeah. I share a room with my wife. Not only the bedroom I have to share. I've tried to separate that out. Didn't work out too well. But this is in my basement. But half of it is, I say more than half of it is my man cave, and then I've got a small little section that's my wife's craft room that I keep convincing her is really big for a craft room.
Yeah, I told my wife, I said, give me one room, this room, and you could do whatever you want to the rest of the house. You can design it, whatever you want to do to it. You can paint the walls pink. I don't care. Just give me one room.
Yep. And I have my one room, but I keep saying, are you sure I can't just like move some pieces into this room? And then, that could be Batcave number 2.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've even tried to do the living room thing down here. But I think eventually maybe if the kids ever move out down the road, then that might be a possibility, but
I train my children constantly. I'm like, at 11 years old, you're moving out. Time to get your own. I got expansions that have to happen.
Hit the bricks, kid. That's funny. I love it.
Your daddy.
I love it. Anything else you guys want to say about the love topic, or do you want to move on? We'll talk about some photos or whatever else we want to talk about.
It's been a while since we've seen some pictures. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I tell the quick Archangel story?
Yes, you can. I'm gonna put him on the spot here. There we go.
Yeah.
Bring me the love.
So I have a 13-year-old son who never watches this show, but he did watch the award.
Whoa.
I already know where this is going.
What did you just say? He never watches this show?
He never watches this show.
Well, what is wrong with your son? Do we need to like have him medicated or something? This is the greatest show on the planet.
But he did watch the awards show.
Okay, good. All right, that's good.
So after the awards show, we're having dinner, and I said, "How'd you like the show, William?" And he proceeds to break out his phone, and he has screenshotted all of Archangel's comments in the chat.
Lucky for me, I'm all PG. It's all family-rated content.
It was pretty funny.
We do have to say you have an incredible sense of humor. I always appreciate it very much. It's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you know, and you are impressing 11-year-old kids, so that's that's always a good thing, right?
That's usually how it goes in my life.
That's right.
Just 11-year-olds. Anything above that,
you've peaked at that point. That's I love it. I love it. All right, well, let's get to photos then. Let's do it.
I'm also curious, who had growling in the background earlier before it was muted?
Growling?
I heard a kid growling. They were like a tiger. Very curious who that was.
I thought it was a dog.
Oh, maybe, well, my bad. Dogs, children, they all sound the same to me.
Yeah,
they have and it's all a blur.
I thought I heard a dog, but
not mine.
We always have random noises on our show from time to time. Hold on, sorry, I just turned on my phone to make sure you guys can see the photo. So this is the first one I have up here, and I have a feeling that one of our members here is going to get up close and personal with this guy this week. Do we know anybody with that title, that distinction?
That might be me.
Mm-hmm.
So that piece is currently dismantled and in a cardboard box about 10 feet away from me. But I am been instructed that I should wait until next week to review him. And since Tweeterhead has been so kind to provide me with that prototype, I will be reviewing him on Tuesday of next week. I'm a little nervous because it's a 3D print. It's a painted 3D print.
Wow.
So
is it polystone then, or no?
No, it's not. It is incredibly light. The entire box was 5 pounds.
Wow.
So I thought about Susan on the old Sideshow videos, who was always paranoid about not touching a prototype. I think I'm going to be like that. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it's an amazing sculpt. So I'm looking forward to doing it on Tuesday.
Nice.
So is it painted?
It's painted. It's this one you're looking at right now.
How does the paint take to that 3D print? Does it take pretty well?
Well, I haven't even opened the box yet. It just came about an hour and a half, about 2 hours ago.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to Chad. Of course, he did that for us for the Poison Ivy this week. And just the fact that they're sending these prototypes out or these production samples so we could share with you guys. Just want to give a big shout out to Chad at Tweeterhead for doing that. That's just awesome. And congratulations, Jeff, on being able to premiere this thing. I know that we're going to have the opportunity to premiere other things for you guys. But I'm just so excited that you got Superman. This is just such an iconic piece. And but Jeff's review aside, what do you guys think of the sculpt? What do you think of this reveal?
It looks great.
It looks great.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
Yeah, this would be something I would pick up.
Yep.
No questions asked.
Yeah, I think it's beautifully sculpted. I like the base. Oops.
So is that Superman? Do you think they're going to make a second run then of their original pieces that they did of, let's say the Trinity? Because the first one they did was very similar to the Sideshow one, right?
Right.
The first one. So I'm just curious if they're going to kind of go down that path of remaking them all now.
Well, they're for sure remaking the trilogy, or the Trinity, excuse me. They've teased Batman and Wonder Woman. And they've also teased a number of villains as well, and other characters. So yeah, they definitely will be redoing. I mean, they're not going to reissue those original pieces, but they are going to do these new sculpts. I'm very excited, especially about the Batman. I love the pose. But I think that Wonder Woman looks really great as well. And so I'm very excited about this piece. I'm excited about the Poison Ivy that I shared with you guys. I just think that Tweeterhead's future is very bright right now. And again, congratulations, Jeff, on being able to review this one.
Thank you.
I like this better than the XM16 Superman. It has a similar base, but on the XM piece, it kind of looks like the Fortress crystals are kind of like shooting into his back. I like how they did more of a floating effect here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this looks more like classic Superman. Yeah. And he's just bulkier, and he's got that solid jaw. I just think I agree. I think this is a better piece.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably the best Superman portrait, regardless of scale.
Yeah.
It's
very common.
really well done. Really well done. This is for the He-Man fans. Tweeterhead also announced this one. This is the Tila Legends maquette. I know a lot of people are excited, including our friend Lawrence Ohl Jr. Is collecting this line. But what do you guys think of this teaser?
I have the same outfit. I wear it to work.
So, who's Tila? Is that She-Ra's sister or something? I don't know Tila.
I'm not sure.
The last person I remember is She-Ra from Masters of the Universe.
I would assume she's probably a sister of somebody.
So I tried to watch Masters of the Universe, and I think they've remade it, right? There's the
they
original.
are remaking it. Yes,
remaking it. Yep.
Right.
Kevin Smith is involved.
I sat down to watch it with all my children, and probably within 10 minutes, they got up and left. And watching it, I was just like, it's this generation is why we have people that are obsessed with a selfie stick and selfies. It's all y'all's fault because of cartoons like Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, that's right.
Just jumping back real quick, because I had the same exact question that's jumping up in the chat a little bit. Are there exclusives for those Tweeterhead pieces, like the Tweeterhead Superman? Is it going to have like a different portrait or switch outs or anything?
As far as I know, that's unknown. Jeff, do you know any information?
I think we're going to get pictures from Chad. I think he's still going to release those Friday. That was his original plan. I'm not sure. Yes, I do know, but I don't know if I can say.
But can you say there will be an exclusive, most likely?
Yes, I can say that.
Okay, so I think
there have been pictures released already that show a different hairstyle than this is showing.
So, Chad, obviously, they release their exclusives exclusively, no pun intended, on tweeterhead.com. I know that right now there's only one item on their website, apparently, and that's Catwoman, the 1/4 scale. That will be changing. They are continuing to, tweak things and make their website better, and eventually they'll have everything on there. But they always do, at least as far as I know, they always sell an exclusive on their website. So if you're interested in ordering this piece, and again, I think it does go up for pre-order here very soon. Check out website again.
I think it's Thursday next week.
Thursday next week. Okay. So check out tweeterhead.com. I'm sure that it'll be on Sideshow as well, but that will be the regular. But again, you'll get a early sneak peek here on Mr. Delaney's channel. So definitely check out Secret Sanctuary.
Please do.
Yeah. Again, Tila, I think it's really good. I know they're going to do more characters in this line. I know people are really excited about that. So congratulations to the Masters of the Universe fans.
I'm gonna look it up.
Speaking of Tweeterhead, this is the Poison Ivy that I previewed for you guys this week. I just got to say, this thing is absolutely fantastic. A beautiful, beautiful sculpt, and I think it's a home run. Tweeterhead, what do you guys think of this one, how it turned out?
I think it's awesome. I wish it was quarter scale. That's my complaint. I would have loved to have this in quarter scale.
So many people in the comments, that's exactly what they said. They're like, I wish this could be quarter scale. And I would agree. I mean, this is a great scale for her, but I know there's so many quarter scale collectors. This is just a beautiful statue, very pinup-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan, what do you think of how she turned out?
Yeah, I love it. I love the portrait especially. Yeah, I think she looks great. I love the detail in the plant monsters there. Looks really great. Anatomy looks great. Like you, I mean, I love the pinup nature of it. I think she looks awesome. I mean, she looks fantastic. Actually, Jeff, I think you said in your Harley review, off the nose cone of a bomber. She reminded you of something off the nose cone of a bomber of World War II. I think this one is similar in that respect.
Agree. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. Absolutely.
I think she's sexy without being over sexualized.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, she does have that pinup kind of look, but so many times when they do a female statue now, it's like they go, for me anyways, they go just a bit too far. I think this is the right touch.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. I think, to me, like, the sexiest thing on her, I love her thigh. Like, I just think it looks so good with her leg right there. But again, she shows confidence, to me. Like, she's like, I'm not taking anybody's crap. I'm just sitting here on my throne. And how cool is it that her plant's a throne? Like, that's such a unique take. I don't think have you guys ever seen that on statue form? I don't think I have.
No, it's definitely very creative. Like, when this was first shown, I was like, all right, it's cool, whatever. But when you did your video, Chris, like, and you could see it up close and just like the scale and the angles, I was like, wow, the art direction on this is like amazing, like super creative. Just every choice they made as far as the art direction, I think, is perfect.
And I'll say, she looks really great here in photos, but she looks better in person. So if anybody's getting her, congratulations. it's for $340. I think it's worth every penny. Just really well done. So anyway, that is her, and I think she is fantastic. Thanks again to everybody that tuned in. We also got this reveal this last week of I call him Gladiator Hulk, but I think he's like Green Scar Hulk. I think is what they call him. But this is a quarter scale piece from Queen Studios. What do you guys think of this reveal?
I think it looks great, but not too happy about the price tag that comes with it. It's pretty expensive.
Do you remember how much it was? Because I don't even know how much this thing was.
I think it's gone up for pre-order on Spec Fiction with Todd. Mm-hmm. I want to say it was either 1,800 or maybe a little bit more.
Wow.
And there's
it's got crazy amount of detail. It looks great. I've got the OG Gladiator Hulk and then the Daniel Bale Gladiator Hulk. I read Planet Hulk, World War Hulk after it. I loved that story. That was probably my favorite version of Hulk. But the price tag is a little high for it to be a throne piece. Especially, I guess the only other throne piece I have is Thanos on throne. I didn't even pre-order that right away because I didn't want to pay that price. So I'm anxious to see who all gets this. If price, just doesn't really matter because they want this version.
And this has a spoon issue too on the portrait.
Yeah.
There's two portraits, and they put out a video of this piece, and the seam is very apparent in the video. It's mysteriously not apparent in these photos, which makes me wonder if they're photoshopped. It's nasty though.
I have no issue with the statue, but there's a lot of comments in the groups about the separation in his chest, claiming that his chest might be a little bit too low, like he has like a little bit of a man boob effect going on.
It happens with age. I mean, come on.
Yes, it does. There's that seam right there. You can kind of see it, Jeff.
You like super zoomed in.
It's much worse from the side.
From the side and the back, it is as bad as the Hot Toy Hulk, and his head is on like a ball joint.
Wow, it's like here you can't see anything there.
No.
Yeah.
So I think
if they mess with it.
He's got a nice haircut.
You see, I think that it doesn't even come apart at the chin. I think it comes apart at the necklace.
Well, maybe so. I don't know.
So I don't know if that's just the way that the light is playing on it or what from the picture, or if they're still working that chin. But
yeah, it's still a prototype.
Yeah, I think it comes apart at the necklace like the Daniel Bale Hulk does.
So Dan, are you surprised by the price point, being that they're kind of new to this quarter scale stuff? Like,
I think it's gutsy. I mean, I think the statue looks great. I mean, I'm not a Marvel collector anymore.
R.I.P.
But I mean, I think the anatomy looks awesome. I don't know what it is about the statue. I mean, I'm not. There seems to be a lot of collectors that go kind of gaga over the throne pieces, and they've never really done anything particularly special for me. But the anatomy on this piece, it looks very kind of hyper realistic to me for some. It very proportioned. He looks weighty. I don't know how else to say it. He just looks like he's got weight.
Like pure polystone, like pure, just heavy.
Yeah, it just looks heavy sitting in the chair like you'd want him to, and the detail around him looks awesome, the whole bit. As far as the price point, I'd kind of have to know more about the size of the piece. It's probably, I tend to agree, Arch. I think he's probably $300 high at 1,800. But I mean, so if you think about similar size pieces to this, I think 1,300 to 1,500 probably seems a bit more. I don't know if reasonable is the right word, but expected.
Yeah.
So I just pulled up Spec Fiction, and it's if you want to do the full pay, it's $1,765 due now, and then you'll pay shipping later. So that's not even including the shipping.
You're $2,000 at least.
Yeah.
So I just got some photos. Thank you, Jeff, for sending them to me of the neck seam. One thing I noticed from those photos is the necklaces aren't in those pictures.
Huh.
So I wonder if Arch is right that they've changed it, and now the seam is on the necklace instead of on the back of the neck.
That would be the way to do it. I have a feeling those are not. I mean, that doesn't look like it's part of the head sculpt. It looks like it's just laid on.
Yeah. So that I could see that maybe that video that they did was an early prototype, because they've done that before on some of those pieces where they've really tweaked it. So I bet you anything that necklace is the seam now.
Yeah, they need to. That's exactly what they need to do and fix that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's he's talking about how his head is down, so you're more likely not going to see it unless you're just right up on it.
Yeah.
I know that some collectors, once you see it, that's kind of where your eyes go every time. Kind of like if you have a chip or something wrong, like cool googly eyes for Harley on wheels.
It's kind of the theme with Hulk statues. Every Hulk statue has a seam, so
right,
like it. But I do think this thing looks incredible. Again, the price could maybe be a little iffy, but I tip my hat to Queen Studios. I think this thing looks like Dan said, weighty. It looks beefy. It looks super well sculpted. And again, these throne pieces are incredibly popular in the community. So I think this will do well. I think the price could hold some collectors away from this, but I do think it looks absolutely fantastic.
I will say, Spec Fiction, they do let you do a payment plan. So you get that payment plan going, and then you pay that payment plan with a credit card. So then you space out your payments even more. Get yourself in more trouble.
That's right. There goes that credit card bill. I tell you.
I can jump in real quick, Chris. Can you take the banner off Jeff's head?
Yes, I can.
I'm still here.
He does that to you every time.
I do. I always forget to turn off the darn banner. All right, is that better?
I don't know. Now we can see him.
I know.
Oh man, now we got to see him again.
Sorry about that.
I think Chris did it on purpose. He found out that his son does not watch Batman statues.
That's right. Jeff is off the show. We're just going to block his head every week. We're going to hear him, but we can't see him.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this Harley Quinn. You guys saw this thing. What do you think of this bust?
Awesome.
Wait, which one is this?
This is Infinity Studios.
So it's the 1-to-1 scale, right?
1-to-1 scale, life-size bust. I've heard in the $6,000 range. Obviously, we don't have any pre-order information yet, but oh my God, I think they just knocked her out of the park.
Is that a production photo, Chris? Do we know?
Is that what?
Production photo right there?
I mean, it's at least the prototype. I mean, this is what they're going to put up for the pre-sale.
Is this the only picture, or do you have different pictures?
I only have this one right here. I didn't grab some of the older ones. They weren't as good, but this was their one they officially released.
For me, this is one that if the portrait is off just 2 degrees, this is going to tank. It's not going to be good at all.
Yeah.
But if the portrait's spot on, it's going to be amazing.
Which I think, right there, to me, it looks spot on.
Right there, it looks spot on. That's why I was asking about production. If this is really what it's going to look like, it's a home run.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's $6,000, but it's a home run.
Yeah. And see, that's my kind of thing. I've been known to collect a bust or two in my collection here. Now, I struggle to get movie pieces, especially. So let's say a Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, this bust here. Now, is that a movie that you think is going to be timeless? Like, let's say if you were to get a Michael Keaton Batman bust type thing. Because to me, I think everybody kind of always goes back to that Michael Keaton Batman being their Batman or the best Batman. To me, this is more of a Margot Robbie statue than a Harley Quinn statue. Because let's say you spend the $6,000 to get this piece, chances are that piece is probably not going to leave your collection. So let's say in 10 years or 15 years, if you still are into collecting, are you going to be able to get rid of it if you want to, or are you going to still be able to appreciate it? Or is this going to be like I view kind of Suicide Squad, kind of how Superman Returns is. Like, we all know Superman Returns happened. It was the next after Christopher Reeves. But, it happened. We moved on. Is that how we're going to kind of view Suicide Squad? I mean, I liked the movie with the exception of the ending. But is that going to be something you want to spend this amount of money to add to your collection, or is it just I want it temporarily because my collection is constantly evolving type thing? I guess I always look more at the long-term game than I just want to have this piece because it's Margot Robbie, and then hopefully it's easy to be cleaned.
I think that you absolutely hit the nail on the head. Again, you take a Keaton or you take a Ledger Joker; those are really iconic, and those are going to stand the test of time, I think. Or a Nicholson Joker. But with this one, even the Mira Amber Heard bust, or the Jason Momoa bust, or the Gal Gadot bust, yes, they're going to be iconic to a degree. But is the original Aquaman movie going to be something we remember forever? No. But you have to be a fan of that character and that actor. So I do think you're exactly right. I think if you're going to pick this one up, you're obviously a very big Margot Robbie fan, and you just happen to love her as Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Although, all right, so the movies aren't well portrayed. Not everybody loves them, but everybody does agree that they love Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. So I can see it standing the test of time, and people still loving her as Harley Quinn.
Yep.
Right.
That's very possible.
For the sequel.
Yeah. This is one that I would consider getting. I love it. I think it's awesome. Whether I want to spend that kind of money on it, I don't know.
Yeah, not for the money.
I'm hoping that price point is not correct, but we'll find out soon, I'm sure.
I can't wait to see, if I was a fly on the wall with Chris in his man cave, and he's sitting there brushing the hair of Harley Quinn and talking to her, telling her about his day.
You saw that video of you saw that video of them washing the Gal Gadot. Queen Studios Wonder Woman's hair, right? That's
So since you showed Tila real quick, Tila is the captain of the Royal Guard at the Palace of Eternos, for anybody who wondered.
Okay.
I have no idea what that means, but that's who she is.
All right. Well, I appreciate you looking that up. That's helpful. So we talked about Harley Hell on Wheels. These are some photos. And again, I don't know if this is who we were talking about earlier or not, but I feel like she's just fantastic. I just cannot wait to get this thing.
Do y'all think that the look over the shoulder pose is the new Captain Morgan pose?
I hope
it's it's the trilogy, because there's her, there's Catwoman, and there's Poison Ivy. They're all looking over their shoulder.
So is Wonder Woman.
The Trinity, I should say.
Yeah.
There you go. That's Jeff's picture, right?
Yeah, that's not mine.
I hope not. I cannot stand the over-the-shoulder look because it limits the pose so much. And Jeff, you talked about it in your review. There's only one angle, kind of, that you're supposed to display it as, with that Harley logo in the front.
Unless it's got wonky eyes.
That's right. She's the most looking back compared to the other two.
Right.
It reminds me of the original Catwoman PF.
Yeah.
Which, she looked great from the front, but you couldn't do anything with her from the front.
I will say this Harley Quinn doesn't look like she's wearing a diaper like the original Catwoman.
Yeah, a little bit baggy with that original. Yeah, this is real skin tight.
My collection. That is a booty short. That's my Catwoman. So not hating. I think all real women wear diapers.
One thing I really noticed that I like is this jester head. I know it has some issues, but at first I didn't like it at all, but it's really grown on me. I like it.
The sculpt overall is amazing. I mean, even the roller skates look so real. The jacket looks like real fabric. It's well done.
And it does. The pom-poms are a fabric, right? Like a fabric.
Yeah, they are.
How do you think of the key on it? Did it have a long key? Do you worry about it tipping over at all?
No, not at all. It keys in on both skates.
And they color coded it. Very nice of Sideshow to do.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about leaning at all.
Good. Well, great piece, and again, congratulations to everybody that's going to get her. I like this angle right here. I love that particular pose. That's how I would do mine.
Is this Dan's picture? Oh no! Wait, his is still boxed.
Oh, ouch! That hurts. That hurts a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, congratulations to everybody. This is a picture of the new Court of Owls. That's coming out. Very, very excited about. No, I'm just kidding. This is, of course, from the Super Bowl halftime, which I believe those are some sort of jock straps, maybe. But anyway, I like a lot of Court of Owls references, which I thought was pretty funny.
Hopefully, those are new jock straps.
We can only pray. Yeah, only pray. I do want to say
used one.
I do want to say a quick prayer for my Chiefs. That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Did they play?
No, they actually didn't. There was actually a fake team that dressed up like them. So
Mahomes,
obviously, if the real Chiefs showed up, they would have won the game. But
Mahomes had a hurt toe, though. I mean, come on.
He did have a hurt toe, and we had 3 replacement linemen, and it was about as ugly as anything I've ever seen.
It was a crying shame.
Were you able to watch it from the plane?
So I tell you what, our airplane was full of Chiefs fans going back to Kansas City. Of course, our flight was at 5:30. That was around the time, about an hour into our flight is when the game started, and everybody was on the airplane Wi-Fi. And about the Chiefs weren't playing well, so it was a little awkward anyway. But then about 40 minutes in or so, the Wi-Fi on the plane goes out, and so it was a long rest of the flight home.
It did you a favor then, right?
What?
It did you a favor, the Wi-Fi going out.
It really actually did. It really did. It did. So this is the Jason Momoa half scale from Queen Studios, and some of the original photos that I saw, I'm like, man, the likeness just doesn't really look very good to me.
Yeah.
But then we have some newer, clearer photos, and I think it looks much better. What do you guys think of the likeness and how this thing turned out at half scale?
I think Sideshow killed it with their quarter scale version. I think this seems more like a doll.
So I had the chance to see this at New York Comic Con last year, or whatever year it was, since the pandemic. Except they didn't have the face sculpt.
Yeah.
The rest of the statue looked amazing. But yeah, the face does look kind of. I don't know. It's a little. It's not that it's off. It like you said, Chris. It looks a little dollish, kind of.
I think the hair looks too clean.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, it's impossible to keep long hair clean.
He kind of looks like Fabio, like he just had like a blowout or something.
Yeah, the hair's too perfect.
But I am excited for collectors that are getting this. I think that, like you said, the sculpt itself is amazing, and that's all polystone. But again, it's kind of a tested market right now with these silicone head sculpts of what people are going to end up wanting and buying. But I do think these photos do look a lot better than those original ones I saw, of course, which always happens. Mm-hmm. First photos are always god awful.
I think it might just be the lighting on the pictures.
Could be.
Is that Jason in the corner?
Yeah.
Yep.
Jason and Jason.
Obviously a movie collector here. I threw in some of these photos because this was exciting news with Jared Leto in the Justice League movie. What did you guys think of these new images?
I'm excited that he doesn't have tattoos anymore, and excited to see where this is going because it looks like it's part of the nightmare scene, and I'm hoping it's going to be crazy.
The thing about tattoos. And even the director has kind of mentioned this because people were like, "Where did the tattoos go?" Well, look what he's wearing. He's wearing makeup.
I think it's also a flashback too. No,
it's probably a flashback. There's been rumors that they really wanted to film the Joker killing Robin.
I think that's where that's going. This is going to be that
I
scene.
do too. So he's got these like surgical gloves on and this apron full of blood.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very possible that could be part of that nightmare scene where we actually see it. Maybe it's part of his nightmare or Batman's nightmare. The same card he holds in one of the photos is the card that the playing card is the same card that's on Batman's gun. Oh, I didn't catch that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so he's going in there, with some anger.
That's exciting. And that comes out in March, right?
Yeah. So
yeah.
So 18th.
What do y'all think about the movie going from a 4-part show to releasing the whole thing?
I kind of wanted it to be a 4-part show.
Really?
I did, because I think that they could have stretched out the excitement. I am somebody that likes to binge, but like I've enjoyed WandaVision, the fact that, we have to kind of wait. And it kind of creates excitement. And I think that could have been cool to do it that way. But I don't know. I'm just excited that it's finally coming out.
See, I'm the complete opposite. Like this whole thing they're doing with WandaVision, I think WandaVision, which I'm sure I'm getting in a different realm here, but WandaVision, I feel like they would have done better to release it all at once because the episodes are they're getting better, but they've started so slow where you're only getting a couple minutes of what, is going on. And the rest of it is, kind of throwback to this old sitcom type TV show. With Batman, I think I would have gone crazy if they would have broken it up. I loved Justice League. I know it could be better. I'm really excited about the Snyder Cut because I watched Batman vs Superman in theater, and I remember I left and I was kind of confused. It's like, am I trying to convince myself that it was good? And then when I saw the unrated or the extended version, I was like, yes, that is what we've been missing because it filled in a lot of the plot lines. And I know we got to pretend the Martha scene didn't happen, but if you eliminate that, then I think that movie is such an amazing movie, and I'm hoping so bad that the Justice League Snyder Cut's going to do the same thing. We'll get rid of Mustache Gate, kind of get rid of a lot of the silliness, the jokes. I think DC, they should be dark. I like them to be dark. I don't think they need to try and pursue the Marvel route, personally.
Well, I think they learned their lesson, and it was a giant botch. Yep. And it's just, the fact that they're letting the directors do their own thing and not interfering as much. And I hope they continue that because, let them do their artist vision, let them do whatever they need to do to get this off the ground and be successful because, Joker was very dark. And
it was great.
And it was, a fantastic movie about society and mental illness and everything else. And it's just like, let them do their thing. And if it sticks, it sticks. And if it doesn't, it can't be any worse than the original Justice League was.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Sorry. This got the R rating also. It's rated R, right?
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I
had to watch Joker twice before I realized that his whole relationship with the woman was not real.
Right.
I missed it the first time. I'm like, what happened?
It really, if you look into that movie, it's like you don't know if any of it's real.
Right.
You don't know if every single scene, the time on the clock is exactly the same.
Yep.
And so it's like it's all in his head, the entire thing, which is just crazy to think, but it's a great movie.
I'm excited to see if they're going to do a second one of that.
Yeah, I hope they don't. I don't want them to. I think it's just such a good standalone, but it made so much money they probably will do a second.
Yeah.
So speaking of great movies, this is the Batman '89. I threw this in here because I had been complaining about the price. It's $1,000 from Iron Studios. But I've been kind of thinking about this one lately. Talk me off the ledge, guys. What do you guys think of this piece?
I'm going to do the opposite, Chris.
Yep.
So if you look at the Hot Toys Batmobile, right, you can't find that thing for under $1,000.
Right.
It goes for so much more. This one, not only do you get the Batmobile, but you get Batman, and it's in the Batcave.
And it's solid polystone versus plastic.
Yeah. If I was to, let's say, create a YouTube channel and call myself, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it out there, the Batman statue collector, I would probably say that this one is a must.
I
not to you one way or the other.
I do just think it's just fantastic, and I think it turned out really nice. The people, we've got somebody reviewing this for us, and they're just completely sold. They're like, you have to get this thing. It's so good. And they didn't balk at the price at all. And I'm like, do you guys feel like, how about the rest of you guys? What do you guys think about, do you think it's $1,000 too much for this thing at 1/10 scale? I mean, it is a sizable piece.
It's 1/10, right?
What size is it?
1/10.
How big is? Yeah, but I mean,
it's still not that big,
I mean, it's 1/10, but it's a car.
So is it like 2 feet long or?
I bet it's probably
Yeah, it's probably like a 10-inch, 12-inch turntable.
Yeah, probably wider than a laptop. You know, the width of a white. I'm just looking at my laptop here. I mean, it's probably about 2 to 3 feet.
So, Chris, honest opinion, I think you know how this review always struck me. When you did a review of the half scale, Batfleck.
Yes,
and you said somebody had mentioned to you that I don't know if it was your wife or if
my wife. It was my wife.
How she felt like it resembled one of the things you get at Walmart Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Which is, I think, fair. That always stuck with me, and it really resonated as true. This car strikes me the same way. Like, it doesn't look different than what you'd find in a box at Walmart. It may be it's polystone, etc. But from 10 feet, is it really does it look different? You know?
No, and I agree that's due to the older. It's the '89 Batmobile. It's an older style. There's not tons of details in it. It's
exactly. Yep. It just.
It's 29.5 inches wide. So
that's huge.
Almost 30 inches. So
yeah,
that's way bigger than a keypad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is bigger.
And like I said, I know the Batman has to be 1/10.
It's the size of Penguin.
I feel like Dan made his comment just to stick you for making him wait to unbox his. He wants you to miss out so that he can laugh about it later when you're regretting it.
Well,
I think this piece is awesome. If I had the space, at one point I really wanted that Hot Toys Batmobile. Yeah. I also at one point wanted the animated Batmobile. I thought that was really cool. I think this one it's got it all for me. You can't display a Batmobile that's any bigger than that. I mean, where in the world would you put it?
Especially in my space, and that's why I keep looking at this one and kind of I'm thinking I've ordered that Michelle Pfeiffer from Tweeterhead, and I could see her being on one of my white shelves, and I could see this by it. The scales wouldn't necessarily match up, but I think it might be a good companion piece to her.
Right.
And it would fit well on those shelves. I definitely see your point. I definitely see Dan's point. I've thought in the past about getting like some die-cast ones or something just to have it represented, because that is my favorite Batmobile.
Yeah.
You led with the question about the price relative to the piece.
Right.
So I think the piece looks cool. I love the base is really, really cool. It's just more relative to the price. Could you achieve the same thing with, like you were just saying, with a large die cast or something that's a third the price?
Like this die cast.
There you go.
There you go. Ooh,
that's where you need to get one of those, put it in your collection, and see how you like it, and then decide.
There you go.
I could be the Batman standing next to it. Just pay me. Let's say Daisy.
I can't see what you're showing. What are you showing?
You're probably not going to display the Batman, I'm assuming. You're just going to display the car.
Die-cast car.
Do you have a Batmobile?
Yes, it's a Batmobile.
Which one?
I can't see I can't see you guys on my end.
Oh, well, no. Oh. Now I just feel stupid, Chris.
That's all right.
We could see it though.
But is it the 89?
It is.
Yeah.
And is it like from Hot Wheels?
I can't remember. Maybe.
Okay. I've looked at some of them. Some of them are pretty pricey.
They are now.
Yeah, they are now. That's what I mean. Like I was too late, but they seem like they would. I think that's a good idea. Maybe getting something like that, maybe just to test it out.
I think I was lucky. I got them when they were, I think, in the $40 range. But I've got the '89 Batman. I've got the Adam West Batmobile, and then I've got the Dark Knight Tumbler.
Do you think is it around the same size as this?
No, not at all.
Smaller.
Mine's like I think half that size. Maybe I think it may be 12 inches.
Okay.
I mean, I'm on. I can't do my normal measurement where drop my pants and do 12 of them. So it's a little different.
All right. Well, I appreciate all the advice. I'm still thinking about this one. I just think it is awesome. But again, that price is just $1,000 seems insane to me.
I think if you get
they're like a foot, maybe a foot.
Yeah, you're right. I think they're about 12 inches. Chris, I think if you were to get one, I think it would be a gateway to get to this one because I've always loved this diecast one. It's got a lot of cool details.
Being you have such a big Arkham collection, I say go for the Prime 1 Arkham Batmobile.
Oh, that thing is awesome too.
Tons of details. It lights up.
So big cool though.
But then again, it's no, I mean I know that your Prime 1s are from the game and everything, but to me, when I see that kind of collection, I think that's no matter if you played the game or not, you can look at those pieces and be like, oh yeah, that's Scarecrow, that's Bane, that's Poison Ivy, that's such. When you look at that Batmobile, if nobody's played the game, they're like, is that a Roomba? What is that?
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but it is cool looking.
I do like it. I mean, I like that Batmobile way more than like the Batman versus Superman Batmobile.
You take that back.
Yeah, that's
my favorite. I do. I like it. It's like half tumbler, half stylized tank. I don't know. I just like it. I like it.
I hate the tumbler.
You don't like the tumbler?
Oh. No, just because it looks like it. Like you said, it's basically a tank. So
I agree. I don't care for the tumbler either.
I like something a little more sporty looking, like sleek and stealth.
Yeah. Speaking of sleek, let's talk about the Superman. This was shown again. Some of these photos are a little older now, but the XM Studio Superman. What do you guys think of this one? The black suit.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
It's got a short hair portrait, but I think if you're going to go the black suit, you've got to do the long hair.
There's the short hair right there, kind of what that looks. But I like the long hair too.
Who doesn't like long hair?
Is this something that any of you guys would consider picking up?
I would buy it. I love the colors. There was a lot of complaints that the pod that he's breaking open kind of resembles a Sentinel from X-Men, but
yeah, that's true.
I like it. I like the way the purples play off the the blues, the teals down there. So
see, here's my issue, because since this is my first time on the show, I'm going to talk as much as I can because you will not let me back on. So let's say if it is the pod, right, that he was sent to Earth on, is that what they're going for?
It's it's a regeneration type.
Yeah,
maybe Jeff knows better.
It's like when it comes back to life.
Yeah,
I got about halfway through Death of Superman, and then I struggle so much to finish a Superman comic because he's got too much power. He's too invincible. So I did not finish the whole Death of Superman. If that is from where this is from, where he returns in the black suit.
Yeah, I never read the follow-up after he died.
I didn't either.
I'm pretty sure I read though it's like some type of regenerate when he comes back to life. It's like what he breaks out of.
Yeah, all this fluid is breaking out. But I do think the art direction on this piece is really cool. Again, lots of new teasers and releases from XM, and I think this will be a really cool one.
When you go with metal alien tech, it's usually like a purplish color or a bluish color. So I mean, they're not going to use blue because you already got blue in the base. I think purple was the right choice in the color, so I wouldn't change the color of it. Yeah. I think it looks perfect to me.
I love the long hair portrait of it. I contemplated getting the black suit Prime 1 Hush Superman copycat type thing just for the bearded and long hair because I thought it was such an awesome head sculpt.
I see that right there. That's so funny because almost every single Superman statue has that. To where
I agree. I don't know why. I don't understand why that happens, but there's always this skin overlap.
Yeah.
And again, this is just a prototype here that we're looking at. I'm sure it'll be fixed, but
it's like when you put a belly on,
always Superman.
Overlap.
So weird. So again, that's Black Suit Superman from XM. We'll move on from him there. We also have a Bizarro Superman, which I think is really cool. What do you guys think of this one?
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
You don't see this character done very often.
Yeah.
I know, which is crazy. We get so many, Lex Luthor, and the same kind of over and over again. I would love to see someone do more of a rogues gallery for Superman.
That would be cool.
At least all on the same scale.
Brainiac.
Yeah, obviously X-Men or X-Men XM is branching out a little bit with some of these characters. Who knows how well they'll sell, and it's always a risk for these companies to do characters like this. But just offering something that hasn't really been done is always exciting.
Mhm.
And like everybody said, it looks great. I mean, the colors are great. The art direction's really cool. So anyway, we'll move on to this Queen Studios. I think this sold out in a day. And this is the life-size Thanos bust. The thing I thought was interesting about this is it was 100% polystone. Did you guys know that?
Oh, wow.
That's 100% polystone.
Yes, it is not silicone.
Wow.
So I thought that was interesting. They wanted to do this piece for something different from the collectors that already bought the original, and of course that was silicone-based face. Only 99 pieces. Like I said, it sold out very, very quickly. But I did want to just bring that up. But I thought it was interesting that this was polystone and not silicone.
Imagine.
I wish all of them were polystone and not silicone.
Well,
It'll be interesting.
the gauntlet should be the other gauntlet. It shouldn't be the gold gauntlet from Endgame.
Are you saying it should be a different gauntlet?
It should be the Stark gauntlet.
Oh, it should be.
That would bug the shit out of me.
You kiss your mother with that mouth? I mean, my goodness, this is a family show.
Yeah. So Jeff, why did you buy 2 of these then?
No. I have to balance them out at the front door.
Some people have on your way up to your door, you have like those stone
I'm gonna put hanging baskets with ferns.
I love it. So there's this picture right here is really going to piss Jeff off right here.
Does it light up or no?
I think it does. Yes.
It should play music and light up.
Yeah.
Dance around.
Yeah, no kidding. But it is a cool piece. But again, I just thought it was interesting that it was not silicone like the other ones. Yeah, and it looks really good for sculpted, don't you think?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Really good.
I thought it was interesting that you keep mentioning silicone. So when you had was John from Queen Studios on the show?
Yes.
He was saying that underneath the silicone is polystone. Did I have that right? I didn't want to interrupt him.
Yeah. He said that.
Yeah.
So there's like a sculpted polystone figure.
Yeah, it's like a mannequin form. Like you have the mannequin, but then you put the clothes on top of it.
Okay.
I thought that was really interesting too, and I didn't know that. I thought that was really cool.
So it's not like sculpted like Thanos. It's more like a mannequin, you think?
No, he said the sculpt has to be there in the polystone for it to work when they apply the silicone.
Correct.
So I'd like to see the underside.
Yeah, I would love to see somebody cut one open and just see what's there.
Yeah,
Jeff,
I'd like to
you
see
buy
that
it,
too.
and then you cut the skin off and put it on, run around the house.
It takes the lotion.
Oh, the show just took a turn for the worse, I tell you. Here is a Harley bust that was released since our last show, and this is something I pre-ordered. I call her Daisy Ridley because I think it looks like Daisy Ridley. But how do you guys think this one turned out? I know we've talked about it on the show before.
I love it. I ordered it day one. I can't wait to get it.
I'm tempted. I don't know where I'd put it.
I hope that she does well. I have a pretty strong feeling that they're not going to be doing very many more of these busts. I think that they wanted to do Batman, Joker, and Harley. But if she does well, I'm hoping that they'll branch out and do some more. Again, I'd love to see a Two-Face or something like that, but I do have a feeling this will be the last one.
And see, that's what I miss when Sideshow used to do a quarter scale piece and it would have a companion bust. I loved that. I loved when they did that. Yeah. I hate that they do it no longer. I'm assuming because they don't sell very often. But man, to have a life-size bust next to the quarter scale, me personally, obviously because of my collection, I think it really enhances the collection.
Well, it's just like adding like a CGC book or a piece of art. Like it's like there are things that complement these statues and really make them pop. And I agree. I always like that look too of a bust behind the statue. But obviously, I just don't think they sell very well.
And I think that this Harley Quinn bust, I do not think it is a companion to that Joker at all. I don't think they're companion pieces at all. I think this is going to be one that fits more with the original Batman and Joker, which I'm pretty excited for. Yeah,
I am too. I think she'll. I mean, I do think she looks okay with this one, but I do think she looks better with the OG. Yeah. Just because she looks more realistic and he looks cartoony.
Very cartoony.
Yeah. Had some production photos of the Gladiator Hulk. This one is from XM. I think it's looking good.
Did you watch the video of them assembling it? It was like watching someone play Jenga, which I'm sure they'll get it better, because it's kind of like just a prototype type thing. But the legs are their own piece, then you got a torso, and then you got this piece, and it's like 3 people had to hold certain pieces while they put in the other one. It made me so nervous to watch them build this piece.
It's crazy. It's just crazy how brittle some of the prototypes are. How different it ends up being in the final production. But I do think it looks good, and like you said, I'm sure by the time it's released, it'll be, no worries.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that one's a traditional sculpt.
Oh, really?
I think so.
It looks really good. I love the texturing on it.
Aaron Reyes.
We also had the Justice Buster released since our last show. It did go up on Sideshow. Anybody order this thing?
I did not.
No.
Possibly the Batman, just alone.
Yeah, I was going to say, what about just the Batman? They did offer it just the Batman alone.
There was we had some questionable, things in the group, whether he's truly 1/4 or how he pairs up with 1/4 pieces.
Close. Maybe not exact.
I wish he was on a taller base.
Yeah, agree.
What was the price tag for this piece? I know it was expensive.
Was it like 18?
No, it was more, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think it was, six or 7 just for Batman.
Let me look it up here.
Is that middle portrait a face shield?
Yes.
So Batman's 20 inches by himself, which is the same height as the Harley Hell on Wheels.
Which, Dan, you still have boxed up behind you. I don't know if you know that. I mean, Dan, what if it's broken? Wouldn't you want to?
30 days, baby. 30 days.
So you can report it to Sideshow before everybody that got theirs gets all the used parts?
Chris, it would be good for the channel.
That's what I always say.
That's right.
Dan, not to lean you one way, but I ordered Hawkman statue 1/3, and by the time that I ordered it and opened it, I had a broken leg, and they were all out of replacement bodies.
Oh,
I waited too long.
Sideshow is low stock.
Ooh, it's low stock. Everybody's already got theirs. They're figuring out, I got googly eyes. I need to get a new portrait. Dan, you may be destined to googly eyes forever, all because you waited for Chris.
That's right.
I mean, Dan, you should wait. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
We could do a live single unboxing with Dan.
A live single unboxing.
We could do it.
No.
I just looked up Justice Buster. So the deluxe version is $2,999.
Wow.
Yeah.
$3,000.
See, that's crazy because the sculpt doesn't look like it deserves that price, let alone the paint. I mean, it's all shades of gray and black, right? Maybe some silver thrown in there.
I feel like I looked this up, but how much was the XM Hulkbuster? Does everybody remember?
Not that much.
Wasn't as much, right?
No, not even close.
And that one you had reds, golds. I mean, it was an incredible piece. Iron Man, you could put him inside it if you wanted, or next to it. This one, does Batman go inside of it?
He does. You could put like his upper half inside of it.
Oh, just his head.
So, and again, the thing about this is that a lot of collectors have brought it up is like this has had one appearance,
Right.
Yep.
Whereas like Hulkbuster has been featured in a lot of different things.
How often does Hulkbuster come in the comics? I know he's in the movies a couple times.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Jeff,
That's,
Mr. Comic Guy.
2,500 Singapore dollars.
Oh, here. Sorry to interrupt, but here's an example of his height. So this right here is a quarter scale. So he's a little undersized to Wonder Woman.
Well, is it, or is it just a smaller base, shorter base?
Yeah, the base looks smaller.
It could be. I do feel like he's very, very close.
He still looks a little on the smaller side, though. Not like width wise, like height wise.
And again, this Batman, this is questionable 1/4. They won't say it's 1/4, but
Like even if he was taller, like on the base. Yeah.
I just wish
the Batman on motorcycle looks
body shape.
bigger.
We'll move on because of time. But the muddy version has been released of the Tweeterhead Batman. Of course, Jeff and I reviewed these for our channels. Congrats to people getting that in. Also had a Hawkman release teaser. What do you guys think of the Hawkman? I'm kind of like iffy about this one.
I think it looks great.
Yeah, I like it too.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
So, just going back real quick, Hulkbuster was about 1,900 if I'm doing my conversion right.
That seems probably about right.
Mm-hmm.
So about 1,000 less.
It's crazy.
I do think the sculpt looks good here. A lot of detail for this size piece. This is a 6 scale, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is the one I was trying to mention last week or whatever, the last show, how they used more of like brown tones in the wings compared to the sideshows premium format where they went, more of like a grayish on the wings.
Yeah.
I like the brown better. That's
Yeah,
I feel like it's more
realistic.
true.
Yeah.
Like that dirty feather look. It looks good. Yeah, I agree with that. I do think it looks good. I'm just not a big fan of this character, but I do think it looks good again for the scale. Let's see. Yeah, look at the detail there.
That's crazy.
That's
really
awesome.
cool. Yeah, that's really neat.
My only issue with that is the base is too similar in color with the wings.
Yeah, blend.
Yep.
Changed up.
Sometimes the photography does that though.
I kind of like it though. I kind of like the way it blends into it. I don't know.
They may
Okay,
have different
so
approach.
here's my nitpick, and I'll see if you guys agree. I hate this black background. I get it that it pops color sometimes, but some of these images are so dark. I don't know. Do you guys wish that the lighting sometimes was different on these promotional photos?
Yeah, I also don't love the black background.
Yeah.
I just always feel like it washes them out somehow and never looks as good as, just a real photograph of it.
Yep. Agree.
So I'm just that was my little gripe there.
It should definitely have a red wall behind it. All statues in front of a red wall. I forget where I saw someone have red walls behind their collection.
Let me just say, hee hee. This is a new company. Or no, it's not. Is it Pure Arts? I think it's Pure
I
Arts.
heard the nose has a switch out.
Oh, I see what you did there. Think this one will have leaning issues, guys?
I was waiting for somebody to make that joke.
I had to go there, right? I think it's a cool piece, though. It's got a nice long key.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Michael Jackson, a very cool.
So the shoes separate? What is that?
Well, I wonder
not.
if the shoes. Obviously, the shoes can come off, but I thought that was maybe you can kind of pose the angle by having the two different. I don't know. I thought I did think that was weird too. Like, where's the statue?
Looks like an engineering nightmare.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing that must key into the shoe, but then that would be a real short key.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm does it have, what does the face look like on, under the hat?
Yeah, no
If
wonder.
they're
There's
like
not a lot of good
complete
photos of it under the hat.
I
No,
know you can buy it with or without the jukebox.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
yeah,
That would reduce the price quite a bit, I would think.
quite a bit.
that's quite a bit off of it.
Yeah. It's a cool piece, though. These two went on sale, and I just every meme about this Robin, of course, the cod piece on Robin. We had to
Not us, right?
What?
yeah.
It's a family show.
Was it like that in the movie?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah,
Was it?
Yeah, somebody pulled up pictures from the movie. It was the same thing, but just not as noticeable because I think there was
I do
different
love
lighting.
I love that people are pulling up pictures of this on the internet. It's too funny. But anyway, that went up for sale this week for all the 6-scale collectors. This is an incredible photograph. I want to give a shout out to Art C. He's a Brotherhood member, and he got the combo in this week. He got the Joker already and the Batman, Batman Shugo, and he just filmed a review. Members already have access to that. It'll be going up probably this week on the channel, but his photographs are so amazing. I thought, especially Dan, you'd probably appreciate this one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not wild about the long hair.
I agree.
Just something strange about it. But the statue itself is beautiful. I mean, the detail, the everything.
Yeah.
It's really big.
It's
Yeah.
huge.
It's a big piece.
Do you think the blade is metal?
I need to ask him. I don't know. It might be. I would guess it's probably a plastic, but I could be wrong. But anyway, stay tuned for that review. Also, Infinity Studios, since we've been off, they did tease the life-size bust of the Catwoman from Dark Knight Rises. This, of course, is Anne Hathaway. So I know some people are probably pretty excited about that.
My wife can't stand Anne Hathaway, so I save up some money and buy that for her birthday.
Oh, that's a perfect Valentine's Day gift. Dark Side from Tweeterhead. This is in production, so we got some samples. I think he's looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's always kind of cool to see these behind-the-scene photos. I really like the fire element. It looks really good. Jeff, you're not getting this one, are you?
No, I don't have this one on order.
So when he puts on his onesie in the morning, do you think he puts it on like, today I'm taking over? Like, does he say that with a straight face? Does he when he gets out of his car, does he have to pull his skirt down a little bit because it's hiked up?
I think that's absolutely possible. But I think he does it with very fiery confidence.
But again, I think it's a great piece.
It's like one of those people that you open up his closet and there's 7 of those jumpers.
It's just all the same.
Today is my take over the universe jumper.
Oh, I love it.
I'm waiting for a paparazzi shot of him getting out of a car and he forgets to wear his little trunks underneath. It's going to happen.
It's like a Lindsay Lohan moment.
Chris, you didn't show the Iron Studios 1/10 Ledger Joker.
I didn't. I forgot that just went up for pre-order this week.
See, I brought that up because I got the email from Iron Studios today about it, and they called it the most awaited statue of 2021. I thought that was a bold statement.
Wow.
Here's my reaction.
That's what they said. It must be true.
Like,
you know what the most
get in line.
Did you know what the most anticipated piece from 2020 was?
What?
The Joker they haven't released yet. Where's that? Yeah, where's that piece?
Well, they said it's not March 31st.
Did you see the pictures of the Batman bust that was converted to Nightmare Batman? The Ben Affleck.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and didn't John talk about that might be a possibility?
That is so cool.
Of them doing that. I think that would be really cool for them, and it would be really easy to convert. Obviously.
Absolutely.
But whoever did it, they did a fantastic job.
They did, for sure.
But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I saw over the last week or so. Again, this is kind of a downtime right now. It's always that Chinese New Year. I was talking because I was talking with the people from XM about sending the statue back, and they said they were going to send me a label, and but they're still on Chinese New Year, and that's another week or so. I always forget about that. You know, it's like there was cool. They get takes big giant holiday, but at the same time, we're all kind of like, oh, this is always the dead time.
There was another tweeter had an announcement. I think you were gone, Chris. There was a crypto the dog.
Oh yeah,
but no image.
Yeah, just a.
Oh, that's right. Was that Tweeterhead?
Yeah.
I forgot to download that. I did see that just briefly. I think I was at Epcot whenever that showed up. So that could be kind of cool. I could see that being kind of a popular little piece.
I think it'll be really fun. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it, but I think it'll be really fun.
I do too. And I like that they're kind of just, they're willing to go there. They're willing to, take a risk. I mean, Chad, God bless him. He is always willing to take a risk, and sometimes even to his own chagrin, he'll admit that. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I would say that one is a risk for sure.
Yeah. But,
they could do Ace the Bat Hound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Batmite?
Batmite. Yeah, they did Nick Shaz-Pitalik. Why not?
Yeah, they did. And it didn't sell out. Like that one did really well, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pretty small edition size.
Yeah.
They did Harley's Hyenas.
Yeah.
It's popular.
Yeah, they did. Bud and Lou.
Hey, how about that sideshow Superman bust with the tiny little eyes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. It's really weird.
That was really bad.
I didn't see it. What are you talking about?
Well, they're doing the Trinity bus, and they already released the Wonder Woman.
The Daniel Bell?
Well, the Daniel Bell's the Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he didn't do Superman. That's right.
This is Superman. And, the production photos came out, and the eyes look a little small. They look kind of squinty and weird.
Well, I completely missed that.
Well, if they're small, it's less likely for them to be wonky.
That's
right?
true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good point. So I think I see somebody have the Batman too already out?
Yeah, that came out great.
How is that possible?
I don't know. Like who got that?
Yeah, I don't know. It must be. Don't some people in Asia get sideshow pieces first?
Yes, and how do they get that?
I think that must have been what happened.
They're all the ones that have my Harley Hell on Wheels.
There it is.
All you darn Chinese collectors on your darn New Year's. I tell you. Whatever. No, but yeah, I was like, I saw that too. I'm like, there's no way that's out already. But I think the Batman looked great. I'm really glad I picked that one up.
Yeah, that's a good one. For sure.
What scale is it? Is it like a weird
It's
scale?
Like what,
Third,
1/4, 1/3?
Between third and fourth.
Yeah, it's an in-between scale. They don't claim a scale at all.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
But it's
Makes
between
it
1/4 and 1/3.
It's weird. I think it's time that we reveal our winner.
Yeah.
Should we do it?
Do it.
All right. So I normally like to do like a random generator, but because I use Gleam to do the contest, we had let me see. Let me remind myself here. We had 23,472 entries.
Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's a lot of people. Okay.
I want to thank my parents. Embracing me in this hobby. I just thank all my friends out there. I appreciate, as I accept this award.
Jeff Delaney, do you want to tell him? I don't have the heart to tell him. I just don't.
It might have been somebody else.
It might have been somebody else. It might. But anyway, the winner it was Rand. Oh, he left. He left. I love it. I love it. But our winner was randomly selected through Gleam, and I have it right here. And the winner is going to be this person. Again, it is the Gambit premium format from Sideshow Collectibles. All I ask is if you are the winner, that you'll pay the actual shipping cost. Okay, that's all I ask. And if you don't want it, just email me and let me know at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. And if you don't want it, I'll select a different winner. But if you do, please contact me again at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. And without further ado, our winner of the Gambit for the 20K giveaway is none other than Greg Folks.
Nice.
Greg Folks. So I'm not going to put your information up there too long. But anyway, Greg, he left. I love it. But anyway, congratulations, Greg. You are our winner. Again, contact me at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. Don't tell Arch. Oh, he's back. I mean, don't tell Arch to be up there. But anyway, congratulations to Greg. That is just awesome. And again, thank you every single person. Greg's here. Greg's here right here. So congratulations, Greg. I'm really glad that you're here in the chat. That's awesome. Everybody's congratulating you. And also congratulating Arch, which is awesome too. So we're congratulating him for being on the show tonight.
I think whoever got the first congrats should be the winner of the statue. It's only fair.
That's true. That's a good point.
Chat doesn't lie.
But anyway, congratulations to Greg, and that's awesome. And thanks to everybody that was part of that contest. That was awesome to help us get to 20K. Now we're over 20K, and it's just, again, thank you guys so very much. And again, congratulations to Greg and everybody that participated. So kind of wrapping up the show here. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about or say before we head out for the night?
Just another reminder, Tuesday will be the Tweeterhead Superman review. So if you're not subscribed to the Secret Sanctuary YouTube channel, this would be a good time.
It would. Let me give you your banner here. Boom. Visit Secret Sanctuary on YouTube. Please make sure you do that. Also, please make sure you're smashing that like button. That does help people find this content. So thank you very, very much. I want to thank the panel again tonight. Thank you guys, as always, for being here. You're always amazing. And the conversation was fun, as always. And, of course, Archangel, thank you for being here with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And you're always welcome back. So, don't worry about that.
The show did not get canceled. We did not get banned. That's all my best behavior.
We have not been
through
the air.
Give it time.
That's right. Definitely stay tuned to the channel for potential single unboxings or potential double unboxings. I have absolutely no idea. I have absolutely no idea if I'm actually going to get that statue in or if it'll be lost, somewhere. Who knows? I don't know where it's at. But anyway,
I'm going to unbox his when we sign off.
That's right. So anyway, we'll find out what happens. But anyway, stay tuned. There will be an unboxing of some sort, hopefully in the next week or so. Lots of great content on the channel. And again, check out Jeff's channel, Secret Sanctuary, for that awesome review. I will be watching. I can't wait to see it. And I hope it's awesome. I hope it's amazing because, again, I'm really excited about what Tweeterhead's doing. And again, we'll be back in a couple weeks. I'm sure the Court of Owls guys will have a show, and gals will have a show on Wednesday of next week, and then we'll be back in 2 weeks for our next.
Which is awesome. More people need to get on that show, or not on the show, but in the chat to go to learn about the characters that they make statues from. Even if you haven't read the story, I would highly recommend, they're not always doing Court of Owls. I would highly recommend watching that show, learning something, hearing guys talk about these characters or the comics that they make these statues from. I know that not everybody grew up with comics, but like I said, just to plug that show, I've been watching it and really enjoy it. It's really cool to see, not only, like I said, if you haven't read the comic, to see where that story goes, but to hear these guys give their opinions on that story. It's a really, really cool show.
And they know their stuff too. It's like I know little bits and pieces of comics that I've read over the years, but to go that in depth, again, I know, like you said, not everybody loves comics, but it's a great show if you want to check it out. Revolving guests. I've had some really great ladies on the show too recently. Ashley, one of them, of course, and Kells from Halls with Kells. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Again, it airs the same time every other Wednesday to Rogues, just to fill that content in, because I know you guys are thirsty for that live content. We're trying to figure out a way to make it live so you can actually be interactive with the chat, but we're still working on that. So anyway, again, thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time right here in the Batcave. Congratulations to Greg Folks. Good night, everybody.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's. Put in.
Hold on, I got to put the hearts back up. There we go. Bye.